Dancing with the Devil, a metaphysical journey through Lucifer's eyes. Introduction. In a world that prizes conformity and unyielding moral categories, the idea of stepping into the shoes, or rather the wings, of Lucifer becomes a radical act of introspection. Embracing the metaphysical devil is not about succumbing to evil, but about daring to question established truths, exploring the hidden recesses of our nature, and finding enlightenment through the most unlikely of perspectives. The fall as a prelude to enlightenment. Lucifer's story, far from being a simple cautionary tale, is the epic of a being who defied the status quo to claim his own vision of freedom and autonomy. His fall is reimagined not solely as a descent into sin, but as a transformative plunge into self-awareness and intellectual liberty. In adopting this perspective, even if just once a year, we acknowledge that rebellion can often be the catalyst for a deeper understanding of life. By questioning the dichotomy between good and evil, we learn that every fall carries with it the seed of renewal, much like a phoenix rising from its ashes. 2. Embracing the shadow, the devil as teacher. Every human being harbors a shadow, a collection of traits and impulses we dare not fully acknowledge. The act of becoming the metaphysical devil is a deliberate confrontation with that shadow. It's a celebration of our complicated nature, where darkness and light are intertwined. Drawing inspiration from psychological theories on the shadow self, this ritual of inversion allows us to see our repressed parts not as enemies, but as potential reservoirs of strength and creativity. Once a year, when we intentionally explore this darker viewpoint, we embark on a journey of self-integration. This isn't about glorifying negativity. It's about dismantling the boundaries that keep us from understanding ourselves in totality. The devil, then, becomes a symbol of inner balance, and a reminder that embracing our full spectrum is the path to authenticity. 3. The paradox of rebellion and enlightenment. To question established norms is inherently a rebellious act, and in this rebellion lies the promise of enlightenment. Lucifer, as the archetypal figure of defiance, embodies the paradox of seeking knowledge through dissent. His narrative teaches us that true wisdom is not handed down from an all-powerful authority, but discovered in the spaces between convention and chaos. However, this journey is not without its perils. As we peer through Lucifer's eyes, we risk becoming isolated from mainstream perspectives, wandering the edge between creative liberation and existential despair. It is precisely this precarious balance that invites us to continuously negotiate our identity, allowing us to uplift our inner voice even as we question the very foundations upon which society is built. 4. Rebirth through infernal alchemy. Imagine an annual ritual where you momentarily shed the comfortable skin of societal expectations and don the cloak of the metaphysical devil. In this transformative act, the inner darkness is not a source of dread, but a forge for intellectual and emotional alchemy. The inferno of self-doubt and reevaluation burns away our superficial veneers, leaving a purer, more resilient essence behind. This act of deliberate transformation suggests that life itself is an ongoing cycle of death and rebirth, a continuous process where every temporary descent into chaos prepares us for a higher state of personal evolution. In embracing both light and darkness, we discover that growth often emerges from the very contradictions that once imprisoned us. The devil's invitation. To live fully is to recognize that existence refuses to be pigeonholed into categories of absolute good or pure evil. By choosing, even if sporadically, to adopt Lucifer's perspective, we engage with the full complexity of life, unafraid to wrestle with its inherent contradictions. This metaphysical dance with the devil challenges us to shed the limiting narratives imposed upon us, allowing our inner contradictions to become the architects of our personal evolution. The allegory of the devil invites a bold reconsideration, that our deepest fears, impulses, and defiant acts are not markers of moral failure, but stepping stones toward a richer, more nuanced self-awareness. In the eternal interplay between order and chaos, may you find the courage to explore your darkness, and, in doing so, discover a radiant, resilient light within. Divergent reflections exploring this metaphysical path opens further questions. How does embracing the devil within reshape our understanding of creativity or moral responsibility? Could this annual ritual become a cornerstone for artistic expression, transformative leadership, or even community paradigms of healing? The conversation is vast, and the exploration of our inner dualities may well be the portal to untapped forms of resilience and innovation.